Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different from what I've done in the past. It's not a vlog and it's definitely not a cooking video. Today I'm going to be talking about tracking macros and counting calories. Why do I do it, what are my top tips, and any just kind of useful bits of information that I can share with you guys if you're looking to start counting calories and tracking your macros, or for anyone who has had difficulty with it in the past as well. Hopefully this video can help you guys. So first off, you might be thinking, why should I track macros? Why do some people track macros? What's the point? Will I see any benefit from it? The simplest answer to that question is basically, if you're looking to control your weight, if you're looking to put on weight, or if you're looking to lose weight, or even if you're just looking to maintain weight, the best way and most surefire way you can do that is to count your calories and track your macros. And whether you're gaining weight or losing weight is dependent on how many calories you're taking in each day. It's obviously dependent on some other factors as well, how much exercise you're doing, stress, you know, there's a million other factors that contribute to how much you weigh, or whether you're putting on weight or losing weight. But if you're wanting to control that, counting calories and tracking your macros is the best way to do that. So when we're talking about calorie intake, in order to work out how many calories we need to take in each day to either be in a surplus, a maintenance level, or a deficit, you need to work out something which is called your basal metabolic rate. And I'm actually just going to head over to Google to define basal metabolic rate for me, because they can word it much better than I can. The number of calories your organs need to function while you perform no activity whatsoever. Now, you're probably thinking, how the hell do I work out my basal metabolic rate? And that brings me to my first top tip. Download an app called MyFitnesspal. This is the app that I've used ever since I've started training to track my macros and count my calories. It just makes everything really easy. It has a load of functions and features which make your life easier, and it allows you to work out your BMR really easily. As soon as you sign into the app, it will ask you what your goals are. Do you want to gain weight or do you want to lose weight? It will also ask you a few questions which it needs to know in order to work out your BMR. Those questions are things like, as I mentioned, how active you are, do you live a sedentary lifestyle or do you live an active lifestyle, your age, your gender, your height, and your current weight. So it basically calculates all those factors together and it comes out with a figure which is your BMR, i.e. your maintenance level. And then from then on, you need to decide if you want to be in a calorie surplus or a calorie deficit, if you want to gain weight or if you want to lose weight. And it basically just gives you the figures, i.e. like how many calories you need to aim for each day in order to achieve your goals. My second tip would be, get used to eating like meals that you don't mind eating every day. I've kind of touched on this a little bit in previous videos. My meal prep video, I said like, if you want to make progress consistently, you need to have a consistent diet, and in order to do that you need to find some meals which you like eating day in, day out. For me, it's chili beef at the moment, like chili con carne. I know that I can make that really quickly and easily. I know I can make it taste really, really good, and I know I'm not going to get bored of it. I also know that it's going to help me hit my calorie goals, my protein, carb, and fat goals for the day. Also, if you do get into the habit of eating the same things every day, MyFitnesspal becomes a lot easier to use due to some of the functions that it has. For instance, it has this breakfast function. Well, excuse my sleepy face, I've just woken up. As you can see, I've got a cup of tea, I've got some scrambled eggs, and I've got some oats. And this is what I have for breakfast every single day. I have the same thing every day. And as I said, that makes it a lot easier for me to track my macros. And I'll show you how. I go onto MyFitnesspal and they have a function here, add yesterday's breakfast, 773 calories, swipe right to add meal. So I just swipe right like that, and then it adds my breakfast from yesterday. So that makes it super easy. It's so simple. As long as you get into the habit of having the same breakfast every day, it's just easy. So that's one of the functions that MyFitnesspal has that makes it a lot easier to track your macros from day to day if you are used to eating the same foods day to day. Another function which MyFitnessPal has, which kind of encourages you to get into the habit of eating the same kind of foods every day, is this create a meal function. Say with my chili con carne, I can put in all the ingredients, 500 grams of beef, chopped tomatoes, tablespoon of olive oil. You save all that meal and then it adds up all the calories and all the macronutrients for that whole meal. So true to my word, I'm having a nice big bowl of chili con carne, and I'll just show you very quickly how to add that meal onto my calorie count on MyFitnessPal. So I've got hundreds of these meals because I'm always making new recipes, but I can just search for beef chili. There's my beef chili, 938 calories, blah 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 blah. It's got all my ingredients there. So I've split this big pan of chili into 3, so number of servings, go down to fractions, and I'm gonna choose 1/3. Select that. That's all good. Add that in for my lunch and it adds it onto my calorie count. Simple. A little feature which I almost forgot to mention is the scanner barcode feature. So just go here, select food. I'm adding a little snack. Click on this barcode icon and literally just scan it with your camera. This is a MyProtein vegan protein ball. Really nice actually. I've scanned that in. It's all on the MyFitnessPal database anyway, so it's got all the calories, it's got all the macronutrients already listed. I just click on this little tick here, say add that in, and it's added that to my calorie count. My next tip would be learn what foods are worth tracking and which ones aren't. Now there's going to be some foods which are very important to track. There's going to be some foods which aren't so important to track, and it's probably actually going to save you a lot of time and energy if you don't track them. The best way I could think to demonstrate this was just by raiding my cupboard and fridges, seeing what's in there, and then just kind of listing off which ones I think are worth tracking and which ones aren't. Rice, track. A lemon, don't track. A potato, definitely track. Chicken, track, high in protein, you need to track that. Banana, track. Peri-peri sauce, I don't track, it's not high enough in calories. Salmon, definitely track, very high in calories and fat. Avocado, same, high in calories and fat, track. I won't be tracking Poppy's cat food. This is a salad kit. I wouldn't track the salad, but the croutons I would track, and the sauce definitely track. Kale, don't track. Satsuma, don't track. Sweet potato, track. Whoa. Cherry tomatoes, don't track. Broccoli, don't track. Chuck it. Ooh. Almond milk, I do track, but you can probably get away with not tracking it. It's very low in calories and basically everything, so up to you. One thing I will be tracking is my flat white. They can be quite calorific, might be as much as 100 calories in it. So if you're someone who struggles to get enough calories in per day, accounting for little things like flat whites can help bump up the total of your calorie count. Cool, I hope that was helpful. My next tip would be allow yourself to have days off. For instance, Monday to Friday, I'm pretty good at being really strict, counting my macros, counting my calories through Monday to Friday. And then on the weekends, I relax a bit and I won't count my calories. I find this is useful because it just gives you a little bit of a break, which means that Monday to Friday, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to stay disciplined. Also, of course, like the weekend is where we kind of like to let our hair down. We might go out, have a few drinks, or we might go for dinner, brunch, see some friends, go see family, Sunday roast, all that kind of thing. So counting calories on the weekend, I think, would just be a little bit too much. One thing I have noticed though is actually, because I've got into such a habit of having the same kind of foods Monday to Friday, when it comes to Saturday, for instance, even though I'm not counting my calories, I will probably end up just eating similar meals anyway, just because I've formed that much of a habit and it's just easier. I prefer to not have to think about what I'm eating. I guess that's just the force of habit, really. And for my last tip, I would say don't be too hard on yourself and don't get discouraged if you do have difficulties with it at the start, or if you get to the end of your day and you found that you haven't hit your goals, you haven't got enough calories in, or you've gone over your calories. Don't just give up at that point. Just think, oh, tomorrow is a fresh start, learn from your mistakes, and I promise it will get a lot easier. When I started, I found it a lot more difficult. I found it really hard to get enough calories in, but eventually you just get used to it, your body gets used to it, you start forming good habits. Counting your macros and counting your calories, hitting your goals every day just becomes a lot easier. Just, I guess, because you just get used to it and you get better at it yourself. So those are my top tips. I hope that video was helpful for you. As I said, it's the first kind of video that I've done of this style. If you'd like to see more videos of this kind, but on different topics such as nutrition or training specific, let me know in the comments. Give it a like, of course. Stay tuned for more videos. I will be carrying on with the Fakeaway series and lots more vlogs. Subscribe so you can stay up to date with what I'm posting on YouTube. And have a good week, guys. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.